All right, in this lecture, we're going to be looking at the general test of reading IELTS. The activities that we're going to cover, we're going to look at a multiple choice question activity. What is general training reading test? We're going to talk about that. We're going to again look at surveying and skimming the text, and we're going to look at identifying keywords, completing a multiple matching question, and then we'll do a little bit of test practice there as well. All right, what is a general training reading? In IELTS, a general training reading test, it has 3 sections, okay? Section 1 may contain 2 to 3 short texts or several shorter texts. 2 to 3 or several shorter. There is no set limit here. Section 2 comprises 2 texts, so that's the set limit, 2 texts only. In section 3, there is 1 long text, okay? So it's only 1 text, but it's a long one. These texts include extracts from books, magazines, newspapers, notices, advertisements, company handbooks, and guidelines. These are materials you are likely to encounter on a daily basis in an English-speaking environment. So if you're good at reading and you read newspaper quite often, or you read blog posts quite often, that is really going to help you, that skill that you've developed. It's really going to help you in your IELTS test. So I encourage you, if you haven't already start reading newspaper and blog posts and really get into a habit of reading articles. All right, activity 1, we're going to look at the format and the context of general training reading test. Read the statements about the test and choose the best answer, A, B, or C. Okay, so let's do this activity. So we've got a multiple choice activity here about the general reading test. What do you know about it? We just discussed it. You can pause the video here and answer all of these questions. The test takes how many minutes? There are how many questions? You have how many minutes to transfer your answers to the test sheet. The test has how many sections? This first section has how many texts. The second section has how many texts. The last section has how many texts. And the first section is about what is it about. The next section is about what, and the final section is about what. I haven't discussed that, but I want you to guess this and then pause the video here, do this exercise on your own, and when you come back, I will reveal the answers. All right, let's look at the answers. I hope you had a chance to look at this activity on your own. Let's look at the answers here. So the first question is asking you about how many minutes does the test take, the general reading test take. It takes 60 minutes, okay? So you remember that. There are how many questions? There are 40 questions, all right? And there are going to be different number of questions per section, okay? You have how many minutes to transfer? Actually, there is no time for you to transfer. In reading, you don't get time to transfer your answers. You just, while you're reading, you'll have to write down your answers on the test sheet if you're doing on a paper-based. The first section has how many texts. Obviously, there are 3. Sorry, we didn't talk about 4, so let's talk about 4. The test has how many sections. There are 3 sections that's discussed. Let's talk about 5. The first section has the first section, section 1, can vary between 2 or several short texts. So there is no set limit. You might get 2, you might get several short texts, okay? It could be more than 2. The second, so the answer is here, C. Now 6, the second section has 2 short texts, right? So we discussed this, 2 short texts. B is the correct answer. The last section has 1 long text, right? 1 long text. The answer is A. The first section is about social survival in an English-speaking country. The answer is B. Social survival in an English-speaking country. Okay. And the first section is based on the practicalities. Your students, like you students, will have to deal with living in an English-speaking country with tasks mainly about retrieving and providing general factual information, for example, notices, advertisements, and timetables. Okay, let's discuss 9. The next section is about workplace survival, right? So the second section is based on the practicalities of working in an English-speaking environment, for example, job descriptions to contracts and staff development and training materials, all right? The final section is about general reading, okay? So third section involves reading more extended prose with a more complex structure. Here, the emphasis is on descriptive and instructive rather than argumentative texts in a general context relevant to the wide range of test takers involved. For example, newspapers, magazines, and fictional and non-fictional book extracts. All right, let's just talk about dealing with multiple texts, right? So you will get multiple texts. You already know that in section 1, especially, you will get multiple texts, right? Surveying the text to get a general idea of the extent of the task, etc. Then skim. So first of all, you will survey. You will survey the text first, right? To get a general idea of what extent means, how, what kind of information is given to you, how many texts do you have. Right, and then you're going to be skimming the text by reading the topic sentence and the final sentence, the topic sentence, the first sentence, and the final sentence of each paragraph. Then reading the question before scanning for key words. So lastly, you will apply that scanning skill that is needed. With shorter texts that are not in paragraphs, the surveying acts as the skimming skill. So survey skill. Skim, if it's short, very, very short, one sentence paragraph, then it's similar to skimming and scanning. All right, let's just look at the text here. We've got about 5 texts here in form of boxes, right? So all you're doing at the moment is surveying the text here, really. So you have 20 seconds to survey the text from general training reading test. Section 1, answer these questions. How many texts are there? You'll pause the video here, do this exercise on your own. How many texts are there? What form are they in? What are they offering? What country are they from? Okay. Write the answers down. When you come back, we will reveal the answers. All right, let's look at the answers. So how many texts are there? There are 5 texts, right? You could see A, B, C, D, E. What form are they in? They're sort of advertisements, okay? What are they offering? They're offering language courses and lessons. What country are they from? They're from Australia, okay? All right, let's just talk about this one. Let's just do this activity. So I want you to underline or highlight the most important, which are keywords in the questions from 1 to 8. Okay, look at the 5 advertisements, A to E, which advertisement mentions the following. You may use any letter more than once. So I just want like up to date is highlighted. It's a keyword. I want you to highlight all the keywords in all of these 8 sentences. Cool. Pause the video here, come back, and then let's review the answers. All right, let's review the answers. These are all the keywords that you may have to look in your other paragraphs. They will be using synonyms. They will be using rephrased words. And you just want to make sure that these are the things that you're scanning for. Okay, not particularly these words. There will be synonyms for that, but this is the sort of information that you're looking for. Okay. All right, so up to date. Right, significant time, number 2, the institute has been established for significant time. So you're looking for a significant time. Number 3, examination classes. So examination, you must see that there are test preparation or examination classes offered by the school. That arrangements can be made for activities outside of class. So you're looking something that is outside of classes. The availability of schools, the availability of courses for school students. So you're looking for that school students availability. Language teaching for special purposes, you're looking for special purposes. It might not be mentioned as special purpose, it might be mentioned that, these are for these particular purposes. A wide variety of language choice, a variety choice in terms of language. And then evening classes, which school is offering the evening classes and which is not. All right, let's keep moving. So in this one, make quick notes on other ways of saying these words. Now, I want you to do this exercise on your own. In this exercise, basically what you're looking for is the synonyms that you may find in your article, okay? Because we did mention that you're not going to find the same word in the article. They may be, I mean, if you're lucky, you might find the same word if the word is irreplaceable, but most likely you're going to find synonyms. So, for example, up-to-date teaching, this keyword can also be mentioned as modern, the latest. What can be mentioned instead of significant? What word do you think can also be mentioned? So think about the synonyms, write down the synonyms for each of these keywords, and pause the video here. And then when you come back, we will review some of the keywords, synonyms that you may find in the article. All right, the possible answers are significant. For significant, it can be also important, noticeable, period, numbers, number of years, right? Examination, it could be just exam, test, oral, paper, right? Activities outside class, it may be mentioned as things to do, entertainment, pastimes in free time, not in school. School students, pupils, children under 18, those are mostly school students, right? Special purposes, particular reasons or uses, variety, choice, different pick, available, yeah. And then for evening classes after work or school, after work, these are most likely going to be in the evening. So you have to really think like that. If you see such words, you should be able to relate back to what's been provided to you. All right, let's look at this activity. Now we're going to do this activity. I want you to look at these keywords in the paragraph and match them where they're located. You know, what up-to-date, where is that located in paragraph, and that's how you will get the answers. Pause the video here, do this exercise on your own, match the keyword to the keyword inside of these 5 boxes, and that's how you would know which paragraph represents what. Okay, pause the video here, come back, and we will review the answers. All right, let's look at the answers. So here are the answers. So up to date is mentioned in B, obviously. And then that the institution has been established for a significant time. That's mentioned in 5. It says that it's been more than, the TESOL Center has more than 24 years experience in providing quality and language programs. So that mentions the time that this college has been established for. So it gives you an idea of the, it's been significant time, it's been established for significant time. The other schools don't mention time, so you can comfortably select that. Examination classes is also mentioned in E as test preparation, right? So you might have gotten that indication there. For C, 4 is C, so that arrangement can be made for activities outside the class. So if you look at C here, it does say that outside of the class, it talks about situation of beautiful river, offers you Mediterranean climate, lovely Indian Ocean beaches, every sport imaginable. So these are some of the activities that have been mentioned here. Right, study tours available. Study tours available. It's outside of outside class, right? So tours are available. Obviously, that's the link between those, right? 5, the availability of courses for school students, right? 5, availability of school students. 5 is D. So if you look at D, it does talk about high school crash course. So high school crash courses, for school students, right? So that's the link that you can make. 6 is B, language teaching for special purposes. If you look at B here, it talks about, they do offer business, hospitality, and travel courses, part-time courses, right, or full-time courses. So that's the special purpose that they mentioned. And number 7 is A, wide variety of language choice. Wide variety of language choice. You could see that, also commencing January 2005, Mandarin, Cantonese, Thai, Vietnamese, Korean, Indonesian, English, Spanish, Italian, German, and Russian. So it does talk about so many languages. It's available in a wide range of language choice. So that's the connection there. And then 8 evening classes. D is offering evening classes. You could see that morning or evening. It does talk about intensive 3 to 4 hours a day, morning or evening, right? And in the adult program as well, they say morning and evening as well. So those that's where you can relate all the information. I hope you got the answers correctly. This is how you will scan. See, if I were just scanning for the words, the keywords, it's super easy for me to get the information, but the main point here is to realize that not always you will have the exact same word, but you will have related word, you will have synonyms and rephrased words, and that's how you'll have to match them. All right, that's the end of this lecture. I'll see you in the next one.